In this video, we are going to discuss about the vernier caliper, which is used to get accurate linear measurements. This is a manual vernier caliper. Let's go through the parts of this vernier caliper one by one. So, these are internal jaws. These are external jaws. And this is the main scale of this vernier caliper, and this is the vernier scale. And this is the locking screw, and this is the thumb screw, and this is the depth measuring blade. So, there are two different scales in this vernier caliper. One is main scale and the other one is vernier scale. This is the main scale, and this is the larger scale which runs along the body of this vernier caliper. In SI units, the lowest graduation of this main scale is normally 1 millimeter. This main scale is stationary. This is the vernier scale. This is a smaller scale attached to the main scale, and this can be moved along the main scale as the jaws are open and closed. This vernier scale provides accuracy to the reading of the main scale by further dividing into the increments. These are external jaws. These jaws are designed to grip objects firmly between them for measurements. One jaw is fixed and attached to the main scale of the caliper, while other one is attached to the vernier scale and it is movable. These external jaws allows the vernier caliper to measure outer dimension of the object such as length, width, diameter. These are internal jaws. These are smaller in size compared to the external jaws. Similar to the external jaws, one jaw is fixed and other one is movable. The difference between these internal and external jaws is that internal jaws are used to measure inside dimension of hollow objects such as inside diameter of pipes, lengths and widths of boxes. Jaws are placed inside the place to be measured and then open till they touch the edges, and the reading is taken at that point. This is the thumb screw. This is located at the bottom of the vernier scale, and its purpose is to provide us a grip to slide the jaws easily and adjust the position of the jaws and the depth rod while maintaining a firm grip on the object. This is the locking screw. The lock screw is used to fix the position of the jaws once the object is positioned properly, so that the reading can be taken without changing the position. Let's look at the vernier scale little deeper. There are two methods to determine the least count of a vernier scale. In the method 1, the least count is determined by taking the difference between one main scale division and one vernier scale division. Let us do this for the given scale. One main scale division is simply 1 centimeter is divided by 10, which is 1 millimeter. In here, 10 divisions of vernier scale is equal to 9 subdivision of the main scale. Therefore, one vernier scale division is 0.9 millimeters. Now, the least count can be determined by taking the difference one main scale division and one vernier scale division. Therefore, the least count should be 0.1 millimeters. According to the second method, the least count is determined by dividing the smallest digit on the main scale by the total numbers on the vernier scale. Earlier we found that the smallest digit on the main scale is 1 millimeter, and the total number of vernier scale is 10, and therefore the least count obtained is 0.1 millimeters. Now let's see how we use a vernier scale to get a measurement of an object. First, we should assume that the vernier scale is errorless. Then we can start getting the measurement when both the inner and outer jaws touches each other and the vernier 0 and the main scale 0 coincides. And the measurements can be obtained by adding the main scale reading to the vernier scale reading multiplied by the least count. As an example, let's measure the diameter of a coin from this vernier caliper. First, we have to open the jaws of this vernier caliper and keep this coin in between the jaws, and we have to close the jaws. After that, we have to lock these jaws using this lock screw, and then you can read the measurements. When we are taking the measurement, first we have to look at the main scale. In here, the main scale reading is 2.8 centimeters, which is 28 millimeters. Next, we have to look at the vernier scale. Assume that this is the measurement of this vernier caliper. In here, the main scale reading is the first reading on the main scale immediately to the left of the 0 of the vernier scale. And vernier scale reading is the mark on the vernier scale which exactly coincide with the mark on the main scale. Now let's discuss about the zero errors in this vernier caliper. Zero errors are one of the most commonly occurring errors in the vernier caliper. If the main scale 0 is not coincide with the vernier 0, when both inner and outer jaws are touches each other, vernier caliper has a zero error. Zero errors can occur as a result of mechanical shock which disturbs the alignment of the jaws or damages or corrosion of the vernier caliper. Zero errors can be either positive or negative. A positive zero error occurs when the zero mark on the vernier scale lies in the right side of the zero mark of the main scale when the two jaws are in contact or in close position. When determining a positive zero error, first the division of the vernier scale that coincide with any division of the main scale should be found. For an example, if the third division on the vernier coincides with any division on the main scale, then zero error can be calculated as follows. Since the least count is 0.01 centimeters, zero correction is minus 3 times the least count, which is minus 0.03 centimeters. Since the error is positive, the correction is negative. To eliminate the positive zero error, the zero error should be subtracted from the total reading. For example, if the total reading is 3.56 centimeters and the error is plus 0.03, then the actual reading would be 3.53 centimeters. Similarly, a negative zero error occurs when the zero of the vernier scale is to the left of the vernier scale when the two jaws are in contact. When determining a negative zero error, first the division of the vernier scale that coincide with any division on the main scale should be found. For an example, if the 8th division of the vernier scale coincide with any division on the main scale, then the zero error can be calculated as follows. Number of divisions on the vernier scale coincide with any of the main scale division is equals to minus 8 divisions. Since the least count is 0.01 centimeters, negative error is equals to number of divisions in the vernier scale minus 8 multiplied by the least count. Number of divisions in the vernier scale is equals to 10. Then the negative error is equals to 10 minus 8 multiplied by 0.01 centimeters, which is 0.02 centimeters. Therefore, the zero correction is 0.02 centimeters. Since the error is negative, the zero correction is positive. Negative zero errors can be eliminated by adding the value of the error to the total reading. For example, if the total reading is 3.56 centimeters and the zero error is minus 0.02 centimeters, then the actual reading will be 3.58 centimeters.